Hello everyone and welcome back to another Legacy video, where today we are playing Black, White, Death, and Taxes. Now, this was my choice for last year's Eternal Weekend. It is a base white creature kind of controlling mid-range deck, where we play a lot of creatures with enters the battlefield effects, just Skyclave Apparition, Loran, Orcish Bowmasters, Stoneforge Mystic, and we take advantage of that using cards like Overlord of the Baelmerk to get them back out of the graveyard, Felia Exuberant Shepherd to flicker them and kind of cheat on the costs of cards like Overlord of the Baelmerk. We use Stoneforge Mystic to tutor for silver bullets like Phantom Blade as a repeatable piece of removal. We have Cauldra Complete as just a big hammer in the matchups where we need to clock our opponent. We have Lion Sash as kind of a scavenging ooze that we can tutor with Stoneforge Mystic. And at the same time, we are also a Wasteland-based deck that also gets to play Yorion in the Companion Zone, so that we just get this inexorable tide of value between Karakas, Aether Vial, Yorion flickering the entire board, and cards like Recruiter of the Guard to just constantly find other creatures. Some interesting things about this specific build of the deck is that we are main decking Containment Priest, which does seem like a bit of a non-bow with all of the Flicker Wisps and Felias of the world. But the combo that we do get is that if we Felia or Flicker Wisp our opponent's cards, they cannot enter the battlefield again because of Containment Priest, so we can kind of use it as a permanent exile, just kind of a tool in that sense. So I've already played one match of this league, and we lost in 3 to Mystic Forge, so let's play the rest of the matches and see how we end up. Alright, we are on the draw for round 2. We're going to select Yorion as our companion. Now, our opening hand has the Dog, a Wasteland, some solid mana, but kind of nothing to do with the Felia, so I think I'm gonna mulligan this hand. If we had a Stoneforge or something to cheat this Cauldron to play, I would feel better, but just this hand doesn't really do much of anything. So we're gonna mulligan down to 6, and this hand is much more keepable. We have an Aether Vial on 1, 2 Bowmasters, and a Wasteland, so we like to see this. I think I will bottom one of the Bowmasters, and then we'll see what our opponent's on. Alright, our opponent leads on a Misty Rainforest, fetching into an Underground Sea, into a Ponder, so we're likely playing against Bug Beans. It's the only real deck that I can think of that runs a Misty Rainforest with an Underground Sea, but we will find out. See what our draw for turn is. It's a Lion Sash, so I think we're still going to lead on a Prismatic Vista into a Plains, then play the Aether Vial on 1. We could try to cheese them with a Wasteland, but they did just cast a Ponder, and I want to get this Aether Vial ticking up, so I think it's more beneficial to just get the Vial down than try to use this Wasteland as more of a surgical piece. Alright, so we got a Brainstorm. So likely we've got a fetch. Be surprised if we didn't. So kind of our plan here, I think next turn we hold up the Bowmasters, unless they miss a land here, in which then we definitely Wasteland them, but I doubt it. Oh, no Shuffle. So we have a Lorien Reveal, now we have a Thoughtseize. Alright, let's see what they're going to take. Our opponent decides to take the Lion Sash, which is interesting. So yeah, let's put our Aether Vial trigger on the stack, use it, and draw another Wasteland. Now, we could, now that we have 2 Wastelands and nothing much else going on, try to waste them off blue? Let's do that, because they didn't shuffle the Brainstorm. And they Thoughtseized after the Brainstorm, so they didn't have the information to keep extra lands around Wasteland, so let's see if this pans out. It did not. It's our 2-drop Cabal Ritual. Oh, they've been stormed this whole time. Well, that's bad. LED, Infernal Tutor. Alright, so we're dead. Well, let's yield through this turn, let them go off. This is getting... it's Adnaz. Yeah, I should have known that. But yeah, Adnaz. Let's wait for them to hit some kind of tutor. That's a tutor, so we are good to concede. Alright, so sideboarding for Storm. What do we actually want here? Probably the Disruptor Flutes. We could bring in Leyline. It's a little... but... The real thing is that I don't want... So what is it that I don't want? I don't want Swords to Plowshares. I could bring in Fairy Macabres as just its graveyard hate that also attacks them. We want White Orchid Phantom. Or we can bring in White Orchid Phantom because it can at least mess with their mana. And then I suppose we can bring in a second Macabre just to get the swords out of the deck. I would also rather not have Solitudes, but they at least attack. So, yeah, I think we'll go like this. Just bin out the swords. And then send it like this. Alright, so we're going to be on the play here for game 2. Reveal our bird. And we got a turn 1 Thoughtseize with nothing else going on. So I think we have to mulligan that. And our second hand, triple Wasteland, Dog, Aether Vial. I think we keep this and bottom one of the Wastelands. I think we lead on Scrubland, Aether Vial here. Just get that ticking up. Hopefully we draw like a Balemerc or something. Just get some kind of pressure on. So we don't really have much of that right now. Yield through their turn. I got nothing to do. We got Polluted Delta. They're fetching Polluted Delta, getting a basic swamp into a Thoughtseize. Well, there goes my dog. So yeah, not feeling great about this match either. Playing Mystic Forge into Storm on taxes is not ideal, especially when this build that I took has not much hate for this matchup. I'm gonna go Marsh Flats and then fetch for a Shadowy Backstreet and end step. They got a Misty Rainforest. We'll see if they can just go off on turn 2, which they can. So we will yield until next end step and probably die. But 'tis the life of playing against Storm. Infernal Tutor, Adnaz. Well, I probably just Infernal Tutor, Beseech Gaia's Will here. Because I played the Marsh Flats and they know I drew the Marsh Flats. So, yeah, this is unfortunate. Floating red. There's the Adnaz. So let's make sure they at least hit mana and a tutor. They got mana. Stormscale Scion. Yeah, that'll do it too. Alright, GG's opponent. Let's go on to round 3. Alright, we are on the draw here for round 3. Gonna select the bird as our companion, as is tradition. No Stoneforge to put this Cauldron to play with, but we have a pretty solid game plan outside of that between turn 1 Vial and Ophelia with some other things to do after that. Our opponent is leading on Ancient Tomb. It's either good news or bad news, which is fine. Not quite as fine news. Turn 1 Trinisphere is a bit of a pain. It's hoping for a Blood Moon. We draw a second copy of Ophelia, as is tradition. So now we need to draw a third land at some point. We love the game where if we were on the play, we win, and since we're on the draw, we're probably going to lose. 'Tis Legacy. So we'll draw into a swamp, so we at least hit our third land. We'll pass turn. So it's most likely Moon Stompy because they pitched the Spirit Guide. I don't have any plays, which is nice. Something in my upkeep? Or do we just set a stop and forget about it? Nothing in my upkeep. We drew a Karakas. I think I'm okay playing Karakas. And then I think we just play out Loran. Pop that Trinisphere. And pass it back to them. So they didn't play a land, but that could also be because they don't want to sack their City of Traders. But also, why would you play out a City of Traders first? So we got 4 mana in the pool. Looks like we're casting a Kozilek's Command. Oh, Chalice on 2. I mean, I can Vial around that, so it's not the worst. Also, I just have Karakas Loran, so it's really not that bad. Let's play with the Prismatic Vista. Let's go to combat. Attack with the Loran. Hit them for 2. Then we'll fetch Vista for another Plains. And then we'll just do the Karakas thing with Loran. Whee! Blow up that Chalice. Alright, I mean, we'll see what else they have in their hand. Not doing anything for now. So play a land, go to combat, attack them for 2. They'll probably just play out Lion Sash and pass holding up Felia. I like it. So yeah, pass it over to them. Well, and good news for us, they just had nothing to follow up the Trinisphere. So we're kind of doing it. Eat a thing out of their graveyard, draw another Vial, so I guess we'll play out a Vial. I think we're just going to draw Yorion at this point. And then go to combat, flicker our Vial with Dog. Whoop. Just to get a counter. Hit him for 6, and pass the turn. We'll see if they have anything to answer this. Come on, no whammies. I am very curious what our opponent drew here of it's just not doing anything. So, I don't know. But we'll find out if we've got it or not. And close this little companion window over here. Boop. Because the bird is in hand for once. Alright, so they're floating 2 off their City of Traders and playing a mountain. So we'll see if anything comes out of it. 3 mana, Bomba. Okay. Do we have anything else, or are we just holding up Bomba? We're attacking. I mean, I will not be blocking, because Menace is Menace. And do we have anything to chuck with the Bomba? I don't think it matters. Unless it's a Fury. Okay, it's a Fury. It still isn't too bad. So they're going to be able to split the damage. They're doing 3 and 1. So I think we bounce Loran. And they're probably going to throw the Fury at Felia. So they've cleared the board, annoyingly. They have a Bomba left over, so this game is very much not over. As much as I would have wanted it to be. But they are down to 6, and they're on 2 lands. Click the Aether Vial to put the trigger on the stack. Get the Vial to 1. We draw Thoughtseize. I mean... yeah, let's seize them thoughts. What are you working with over here? Pyroglyph Fable. Gross. So, Fable, actually, we can just negate with Felia by attacking and blinking the token. So I think we just take one of these Pyroglyphs, because it represents more damage. And then we pass. We aren't just dead here, right? 4, go to 11, 9, 3. We're not quite dead, but we're closer than I'd like to be. So they played the city. I took one of the Pyroglyphs. Yes, there's one unknown. They playing the Fable. They're playing the Fable. Okay. Going to combat, attacking with Bomba. Well, now I get to clear their Bomba. Oh no, because they get to throw the goblin. I mean, I think we just have to accept that. Felia. Containment Priest. We got to untap. Yes, I would like to put a counter on this. Draw. Go to combat. I think we attack with just the dog. Exile your Bomba. Because now it won't come back. Do we get a block? We get a block. Then second main, you can play Loran and then play White Orchid. Pop their Fable. Then White Orchid, their Ancient Tomb. And now if they get a land off this, that's Sack City. Oh no, because City's only on playing a land, never mind. Alright, so they won't get their thing back, so Containment Priest. And then we'll let them take their turn. They do have Pyroglyph. You can take out one of my creatures. So we do in fact play Pyroglyph. Alright, so we no longer know anything about their hand. They're choosing to take out the White Orchid. Makes sense. Pass in the turn. I will continue to put counters on this. Another Caracas. That's about the worst card I could have drawn here. So what is the plan here? So I can tap, make both of us draw a card, and then see where it goes. So right now my hand's doing nothing. Yeah, I think we do that. Drawing a that was pretty dang good. Yeah, let's do that. And now we have Flicker Solitude up. Hell yeah. So they will go to 11 here and then back down to 9. I did give him an extra card, but I got the 2-for-1 back, so we're kind of even here. Then we'll pass the turn. Alright, so the Chrome Mox. Are we imprinting? We're imprinting, that probably means Hardcast Fury. No imprint, so Bombardiers. There's a Bomba. So I think we're losing Solitude this turn. Annoyingly. Yep. Taking 2 down to 11. Yeah, Broadside Bombardiers. Hell of a magic card. Playing another city. They draw like Fable or something. Chalice on 1. That's fine. I mean, it shuts off Swords to Plowshares and Thoughtseize, but I just won't draw those cards, right? Wasteland. That's not a bad one. Now, the question here is, do I just play out the Wasteland and then don't sack it so that I can get Cauldron down? I don't hate that line of play. Yeah, let's go Wasteland, go to combat, send with both of these, and then play out Yorion. I will flicker out my Containment Priest and Loran, then go to end step, bring him back, and blow up their Chalice. Containment Priest does at least work like that, where you can flicker itself out and then it'll untap, or it'll let you flicker in the rest of your stuff. They drew something that does something. That's rude. Alright, we got their game 1, so let's go into the sideboard. So we want Path to Exile. Yep, gets rid of Bombardiers. We don't want Fairy Macabre. That card is not... We haven't played against a match. I mean, Storm was a matchup where they could have done something, but Ant can play around it pretty easily. And then I think we do actually bring in the White Orchid Phantom, or bring in the White Orchid Phantom. I think we need another Containment Priest. The 2 is fine. Like, I don't even know if I want 2. I only want 1 Containment Priest in this matchup. And then what else do we not want? We actually don't want Thoughtseizes. Thoughtseizes are pretty bad. I think Containment Priest is better than Thoughtseize. So is there anything else we can cut to bring in to cut Thoughtseize? I guess 2 is not the worst. So we got 2 Thoughtseize and a Fairy Macabre for a couple pads and a White Orchid. Yeah, let's try that. Alright, so we're going to be on the draw here for game 2. Gonna select our bird. So turn 1, Shadowy. 2 White Orchid Phantoms, a Flicker Wisp. Yeah, alright. And a Swords to Plowshares. The Swords to Plowshares makes this hand more keepable. It is a bit weak to Blood Moon, which isn't ideal in this matchup, but 'tis what it is. Tap Shatter Skull and passing. So now the real question is, do we play around Blood Moon here? I think we do. So let's go Prismatic Vista and pass. I don't know how many moons they keep in against us. I think it's not... They don't board all of them out, because it does have a use. Chalice on 1? Oh, the One Ring off double Spirit Guide. It's pretty good. Alright, so I'm just going to untap, draw. No Skyclave Apparition, sadly, but let's go fetch for plains. I should have played Caracas instead of Marsh Flats. Yeah, there's an argument. Let's go get Scrubland. Now they're drawing when I can't Bowmaster them. Oh wait, no, we should play Overlord here. Yeah, they don't have any double lands in, and I have a Flicker Wisp in my hand, so I can cheat it. So this is much better. Yes, I would like a Solitude a lot. Alright, then we'll pass it over to them. Solitude is a great card. So now we are just digging for a way to eat this One Ring. The One Ring is probably the best card they can have, so yeah, I probably should have brought in the Disruptor Flutes over the other 2 Thoughtseizes. I did kind of forget about the One Ring. And Disruptor Flute also shuts off Bomba. Yeah, that should have come in. Classic blunder. Fable. Passing it back. They have done a lot of damage to themselves with Shatter Skulls, which is nice. Let's play a Caracas. Let's play a Flicker Wisp. Flicker or Overlord. Boop. And then go to end step, bring the Overlord back. Do the thing. Yes, I will get Failure or another Solitude. Kind of like another Solitude. We'll pass it back. Because even if I want to play Felia, I'm not going to play a main phase next turn, and I can just attack with Overlord and get it back. They're down to 11 here. So, that's not nothing. Alright, so they bind a Fable and a Pyroglyph to their Fable trigger, so they might be down on mana? I feel like Pyroglyph is just great here. Or both those cards seem good, so... We'll see. Do they have another ring this turn to stop getting hurt by their own ring? Or is it a broadside bind? It's a blood moon. Sure. It's not the worst thing in the world. I have one white source. I mean, these two white orchid phantoms are worse, but they can just pitch to solitudes. Dead on my flicker wisp. Rude. Then they attack. Or not. Let's just untap and draw. Aether Vial. Well, that can be good. Let's play Aether Vial. Then yeah, go to combat. Attack with the Overlord. Mill 4. Yes. Get back. Do I want Skyclave? Or I think I just want a dog here. Hit them for 5. And no, they definitely block, so they didn't attack. Or they don't block either? Interesting. Alright, we'll send it back. We got 2 solitudes. They're going to 3 off their 1 ring. Reflection flips. I guess it's like they don't want to attack into a 5/5 with their Goblin Shaman, then they would rather have their Goblin Shaman around. So, like, yeah, there's a world where it makes sense. What do we got now? Another 1 ring. Understandable. They will get protection. They are still at 3. So, like, Shatter Skulls are off. I mean, Shatter Skulls come in untapped because of Blood Moon anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna get this Felia going. Yeah, they get a treasure. I'm just supposed to Solitude their Goblin Shaman so they don't get to attack, but I could be wrong. Look at the Felia and see if they have a kill spell. Not immediately. Have to go to cleanup. And they discard a Magus of the Moon. That makes sense. Put the trigger on the stack. Say yes. Draw another Overlord of the Balemark with no black mana. Unfortunate. So yeah, let's... Oh no, I could have a second black mana. So here's what we do. We Solitude, exiling White Orchid Phantom. We exile their Reflection. Okay, we can't do both the things I want to do this turn. Which is a shame. Let's go to combat. Attack with everybody. Going to flicker... I'm just going to flicker the Goblin Shaman token. Just remove more stuff off their board. Let's mill 4, get back a thing. Oh, I should have got... Oh, no, alright. I messed up again. I should have flickered the Blood Moon, gotten my white mana back, because I forgot I had Skyclave in the graveyard. Yeah, that would have been a better play. What we can do is we can Recruiter for a Witch Enchanter, and then have that next turn. Because I already have a Solitude in my hand, so yeah, let's get Recruiter. Get their Goblin Shaman off the table. Like, this isn't nothing. This is at least stopping that from being a thing that matters. So we'll hit, or we won't do any damage. We'll play out a Recruiter. Go grab a Witch Enchanter. And now I think we get a Witch Enchanter, just play it as a land. Because then we're setting up Wisping a Witch Enchanter to then Witch Enchant the Blood Moon. Yeah. Let's do that. Because if we can permanently answer the Blood Moon by only spending 3 mana as compared to 4, then that leaves us a couple other mana to say, like, play out a Bowmasters or something. I doubt they're activating. Oh, they are going to activate the One Ring. Alright, so they most likely have another One Ring in their hand. I don't know if it's most likely, but it's a solid chance they have another One Ring in their hand. Yeah, they definitely have another One Ring in their hand. They wouldn't double activate if they didn't have another One Ring. Or a Broadside Bombardiers would also do it. Well, no, that wouldn't do it, because I can kill a Broadside Bombardiers. Do they know I have 2 Solitudes in my hand? I'm not sure. I know they knew I had 1. Got 10 cards over there. Could be anything. Fury, pitching, Shatter Skull Smashing. That's a good card here. Get to feel Felia and Recruiter. Oh, there's marking 4 on Overlord. Okay. 4 damage marked. They have another Fury. That'd be a bit annoying. They do have another Fury. So now they can kill my entire board. So, yep, there goes the whole thing. And to 6 cards in hand with a One Ring in play. Do have that going for us. Second Blood Moon. Alright, let's untap. Put a counter on this Aether Vial. Draw. Wasteland that doesn't do anything. So we'll play the Wasteland that doesn't do anything, and then I think we're just passing? Oh no, we should draw Yorion. That's what we should do. Give me this bird. Alright, and then we pass. So starting next turn, Aether Vial's doing stuff. They're down to 2 off this One Ring. Draw more cards. Do they have exactly another One Ring? Because do they have another One Ring, 2 copies of Bombardiers? Because 1 copy of, well no, 2 copies won't do it either, because I have Swords and Solitude. Yeah, another copy of the One Ring will do it. Alright, so they sack that One Ring, get protection. I'm still not feeling terrible about how this game's going, which is crazy. Fable, that's fine. And everything they could have, that's one of the least worrying things. Let's Vial. Yes, put in a White Orchid. I'm actually going to destroy one of my own lands so I can get a basic swamp. Or, yeah, no, basic swamp. I could get another basic plains, but I think I'd rather impend Overlord this turn. Let's get swamp. See if they have anything in end step. They have dead. It's dead. I will untap. I will put a counter on this Aether Vial. I will draw a card. Ooh, that's really good. That was insanely good. Holy. Let's impend an Overlord. Mill 4. Definitely use the ability. I think I get back an... No, because I don't have black mana to... Well, no, because... So this turn, we can pre-war back Skyclave. Yeah, pre-war back Skyclave. Target Blood Moon. trigger on the stack, flicker it, or flicker the pre-war. Pre-war back. No, I don't have two ways of answering a blood moon. What's better here? Just another solitude? See, this is the complicated part of playing taxes, is just got this many options to you. What do? I think it's bringing back, well, because I have a Flicker Wisp in my hand. So maybe we do bring back let's bring back Skyclave. Alright. And then we'll pre-war. Pre-war was a hell of a draw here. So now we can pre-war back a Flicker Wisp, exile pre-war, bring back something else in end step. So let's get Flicker Wisp. Then Flicker Wisp out pre-war. And then I think we just go to end step. And I think we just hold up all this stuff. I've got plenty of things that can pretty much answer whatever. I'm going to stop in their main phase now. Just in case. Now what do you get back? Felia, White Orchid Phantom, Bowmasters. I don't hate just getting back Bowmasters here. Yeah, because now if they want to either Fable or One Ring. Ooh. Okay. So putting a counter on their One Ring. I will ping your Goblin Shaman. And then remove a counter from my Overlord and pass to them. I have to have a hell of a hand right now to be able to win this game. They can't discard to Fable. They can't draw with the One Ring. This is interesting, because now I have Skyclave protection, Flicker Wisp protection, Solitude protection. Feeling pretty good about this one. They're going to combat. Alright, so they're attacking with the Goblin, making a treasure. I'm going to block with the Bowmasters. Just don't take unnecessary damage. Even if they have Fury, that doesn't get them out of this spot. Yeah, we have Hardcast Fury. That happens. I think now we just Violin Flicker Wisp, target the Bowmasters, and in end step they die. Or no, we Vial in... You know, we just let this happen, then we Vial in... They'll still get priority. We Vial in Flicker Wisp, target pre-war, pre-war back the Bowmasters. Yup. Let's see what else they can do in their second main. They have drawn 2 with the One Ring. And they concede the match. Yeah, they were kind of stuck between just me having a million options and, yeah, just not really being able to get through all of them. Let's get into round 4. All right, we are on the play for round 4. We're going to reveal our bird. And our opener, well, Overlord fixes all, right? We'll keep this. Overlord is just the most powerful thing this deck can do, so I'm going to keep hands that can just do Overlord things. So I'll play a Marsh Flats and pass. They're going to play Scalding Tarn. Well, is it Delver action? Show and tell. It's Is It Delver. I like seeing that. So we'll go to end step. We'll fetch a swamp. One tap. Maybe. One tap draw. Hopefully not get dazed. Would be nice. Yeah. Boop boop. Don't daze me, bro. Oh. They had the daze. This has gotten a lot worse. I could have played around it, but then I'm not doing much of anything on this turn, so it was aggressive and it didn't pay off. You'll have that. We're not playing anything else right now. You like to see that. It's like another, nope, not another Delver, not another Darcy. Play a Marsh Flats and pass. Don't love all these lands I'm drawing. End step Brainstorm. Interesting. Why end step? Because don't you want to try to turbo out Delirium and find a fetch land to shuffle that with? Another Brainstorm. So they're on instant land. They kept on top. Probably not getting Delirium this turn, so I'm not under a ton of pressure. They're playing a Polluted Delta. Attacking me for one. So if you're hearing cat noises, a cat has now joined me on my desk. Hey. Alright, I have a stop in their second main still. So let's fetch this Marsh Flats. Get a Shadowy. Try and find something that does something. I mean, that will do something eventually. Yeah. Solitude's a good card. See, it will draw. I kind of just want to play this Witch Enchanter as Witch Enchanter. It's not actually blowing up anything, but it just puts a body in play. I don't know. I'm probably just supposed to wait until they put a Steel Cutter into play before doing this, but yeah. If it somehow baits another counterspell out of their hand, then great. Pass it back. They're still only on land instant for Delirium. Don't know how. Wasteland. Steel Cutter. Banning a Tamias. They're up to 3. Brainstorm. Do they bin an artifact or a sorcery? Nope. On today's episode of Still No Delirium. They attack me with the monk. I take 2. And we untap. Oh, baby. That was the nuts. We'll play Bowmasters. So now they have to have Force and Daze in their hand. Hey, get that Dragon's Rage Channeler out of here. And then we will attack with the Witch Enchanter because it's not blocking. Then pass it over. Alright, we got the Bowmasters down, which feels pretty good. Even if they have a kill spell for it, I have the pre-war. Sure. My Shadowy is no longer Shadowy. They're killing the Bowmasters with a Lightning Bolt. That's fine. Then we have a Brainstorm, trigger the Steel Cutter. Probably just going to chump the 3/3 Monk. They'll have 4 cards left in their hand unless they play something else. Swinging in. Chump block the 3/3. Then pass in the turn. We will draw a Loran. I actually think Loran's probably better than Pre-War here. Yeah? Let's blow up that Steel Cutter. Do they have a force? They have a force. That's acceptable. We will pass it over to you. And the 2 cards in hand. I've got Pre-War up for next turn. They have an Unholy Heat. That's a bit annoying. Just more dudes. If they can trigger the Steel Cutter next turn, that's pretty bad. I might just die to that. Alright, no cantrips. One time, no cantrips. Delver, why? Alright, they have a Preordain. Or a Ponder, not Preordain. So taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they have another spell, it's 3, 6, 9, 11. So, not quite dead. What's a Bolt to the Dome? Bobble is not a Bolt to the Dome. But then I don't really know how I'm surviving next turn. It's an interesting adventure for all of us. Wasteland. Yeah, I can't fetch. Congrats, guys. They can do math. I will take my 11. And then they have no cards in hand. They get to draw 1 in upkeep. Is it a bolt? It's not a bolt. That's another white card for Solitude. So I'll play pre-war. You have to get back Bowmasters here. Did they find a bolt? Doesn't look it. Let's get back Bowmasters. Kill one of the monks. Make a 1/1. And then I have Solitude available. I think I'm probably dead still, but they could just draw 2 blanks. It looks like they might have drawn 2 blanks. So we will block the 2/2, block a 1/1, then evoke a Solitude with a Solitude, and then hit the other monk. And then we're out of gas here, but we live another turn. Hit that monk. Not dead yet. Alright, alright. Oh, these drew 2 lands? Alright, alright. Oh, and a Skyclave for the Steel Cutter? Alright. Come on. Come on. So you hit the Steel Cutter. Go to combat. Attack you with the Bowmasters. No shot. Oh, it has Vigilance too, right? Thanks, Pre-War. You're an absolute gem. I mean, if they draw a bolt ever, I just die. Wasteland is a dead draw. Come on, Magic Gods, come on. Swords. Alright, so I'm no longer dead to Lightning Bolt. Attack for 5. Draw the bird. Pass the turn. Now I'm dead to Bolt Daze. Oh, they don't have anything. Come on, come on. Alright, can't fetch this. Still play it out. Attack for 5. Pass the turn. Come on, one more dead draw, one more dead draw. Let's go! We got game 1! Oh, you love to see that. Alright. Going into game 2, I think we... do we want Wrath of the Skies here? Seems pretty good at cleaning up a board of a lot of monk tokens, steel cutters, and such. Probably also want Path to Exile just to hit Delvers. What's pretty bad here? I think the White Orchids... Like, the White Orchids are good specifically against Flip Delver specifically, and not much good against anything else, so we'll cut that. We'll cut some Thought Seizes, because in reality they're not the best in this matchup, and also the Fairy Macabre can go. Just bring in these. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Let's go into game 2. Alright, so we're going to be on the draw for game 2. We'll reveal the bird. This is a solid hand. Stoneforge, Skyclave, yeah. This is one of those hands where when you sit down against, like, in the blind against Storm, and you just feel like you're doing just completely inadequate stuff to what the rest of Legacy is doing, but you sit down against, like, yeah, Delver or something else fair. It's just like, yeah. How are they beating all this value? Prismatic Vista. I will play a basic plains and pass. Just into a second Ponder. No threat yet. We like that. So they're fetching a Misty. They're casting another Ponder. 3 of a kind. They're so good at poker. So I think next turn we Vista for a Swamp and play Stoneforge. I don't really care about getting dazed here. I have like a million other things to do, even if I get dazed. So let's get Swamp, play Stoneforge. See what they have to say about it. Daze, that's fine. Then next turn, I don't know, depends on what they do. It's just Steel Cutter pass, then the Skyclave Apparition cooks them. Cooked. Volcanic Island. Murky Boy. Well, I might just path it. Yeah, I'm just gonna path the Murky Boy. Flickerus is also okay against it, but it still does leave them with a 3/3 flyer. So I'll draw. Let's go Marsh Flats and path that dragon. They have the force. That is rude, opponent. So we'll pass. We'll take 6 off this dragon once. Then next turn, try to Flicker Wisp it, or just Felia attack it. That also works. Owie, 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 owie. So we have Felia attack and then Flicker Wisp, which is pretty good. Plains. Play the dog. Also hate that Card Hoarder defaulted to the foil etch version of Felia. Foil etch is one of my least favorite treatments on cards, and this makes me throw up a little every time I look at it. But Felia is still a good dog, so. Alright, so we'll draw. Oh, Containment Priest. Alright, let's play Karakas. Let's go to combat. Do we have a removal spell in the beginning of combat? That'd be rude. Attack. Target. Go to damage. And second main, I will just play out a Containment Priest. You get no dragon, actually. So it resolves. We go to end step. The trigger on the stack. Brazy Bee on the Felia. Okay. You get no Murky Boy. I will replay the Felia in your end step. Containment Priest Felia is messed up. Let's go. We got the match with Containment Priest Felia. You love to see it. On to the final round. Let's see if we can get a positive. Alright, we are on the draw here for round 5. Positive record on the line, as Bosch and Roll does say. Well, hope they're not combo, because this hand's pretty good if they're not. Classic Death and Taxes. Oh, it's Eldrazi. Oh, I like Wasteland here. Let's see what they're exiling. Anything spicy? I don't think I've played the Eldrazi matchup with D&T ever since the banning, so. Courtyard Battle Mage K command, so. Whole range of things into exile. It gives me basically no information. Well, they went into their combat without playing a land. Let's see if they remember in the second main. There we go. Dang, didn't just get to time walk them. Real shame that. Alright, nothing on turn 1. think we're just wastelanding them. And then passing. Thing with Eldrazi, just keep them off their mana as much as possible. Cavern on Eldrazi passing. I'm not going to wasteland Cavern. I'm much more interested in the duels. So we'll just play a Plains and pass. Cavern on Eldrazi. Sure. Into a 2-drop. Grim Monolith. Oh my. Alright. So now I think we are just going to go grab a swamp off this. Ooh, I think now we just go play Felia in their end step. I was going to Stoneforge, but Felia is Felia, you know? See what they got to play. It could be anything. Even in Eldrazi. Oh, this is a big chonker. It's a medium-sized chonker. Linebreaker, target itself. I'm fine taking 4 here. Because I would much rather... Because I don't want to pitch Stoneforge to the Solitude. So I think the plan for next turn is Stoneforge for Lion Sash and then pitch the Lion Sash to Solitude. Lion Sash does next to nothing in this matchup. Let's fetch for a Swamp. Cast this dog. An untap draw. Oh. Oh. So now we can Overlord? I mean, don't mind if I do. So let's wasteland them off Eldrazi Temple. Cast Overlord. Then hopefully Overlord into a different white card to pitch to the Solitude, but... Oh, there's an extra Stoneforge. Great. I'm just doing this now, so then end step we can just get back the Solitude. Now these are the play patterns we know and love. Let's go. We got game 1. Let's go into sideboarding. Now against Eldrazi, we definitely don't want Fairy Macabre every time. Haven't played against any Dimir. We want Path to Exile. Let's do this the other way around so that it is just consistent. We definitely want White Orchid Phantom. And I think that might be it for what we want. What we don't want is Fairy Macabre Thoughtseize is pretty medium. Is there anything we can cut to get the rest of, or anything we can bring to the rest of the Thoughtseizes out? Not really. Like, Containment Priest can be good, but like I already have 2 of them, and it's not that good. I think we'll just cut these 3, bring in a couple paths and a White Orchid. We'll see how game 2 goes. Alright, so we're going to be on the draw here for game 2. We're going to reveal the bird, as is tradition. Now, we don't have a Wasteland, but we do have a lot of removal, a Stoneforge, Mystic, and Overlord. This has got enough going on to where I'll keep it. Karakas isn't super useful in this matchup, but it casts Swords to Plowshares, so that's all we need it for. That's enough. They got Ancient Tomb and pass. Can we find a Wasteland? We cannot, so we'll play Karakas and we'll pass the turn. They're tombing out a Disruptor Flute, aiming Wasteland? The Blind Disruptor Flute? What does it name? What are they most worried about? Either me activating or casting. Stoneforge could be something. Could name Solitude and slow that card down. I don't know. They named Felia. That also makes sense. In good news, I don't have one right now. But if I did, it would be a pretty good name. Oh, damn it. Stop getting me with Wasteland. That's not how this is supposed to go. Alright, come on. Lands. Alright, we'll pass. Well, if I'm going to get cooked by Wasteland, I just wanted to hold up swords, man. Cavern on Eldrazi. Fleshraker? It's not Fleshraker, it's the other boy. Line Breaker. Trigger on the stack, all swords it. Get a plains, get that boy out of here. Fend that off for a bit, come on, land. Alright, we'll pass. Got a lot of lands in here. Not drawing any of them. Was a good wasteland opponent. Eldrazi Temple, passing? Okay. Could be Kozilek's command. That's a swords. Not ideal. I think we're cleaning up this Flicker Wisp, because I can pre-war it back. This is all bad. They don't seem to have anything going on, which is nice. Land. Oh. Yeah, this is all becoming bad. Let's pitch a Stoneforge. This is where I wish we got an equipment land in one of the Horizon sets. Just get a second land Stoneforge for a land. Come on. Come on. Could have one of the white MDFCs be an equipment. Come on. Alright, so they play an Ayavugan. They have a Fleshraker. I think we're pathing the Fleshraker here, because their mana doesn't really matter. They've already got enough of it. We'll be pathing it the first time something goes on the stack. It's just unkicked. I would assume so. Let's path that Fleshraker. You can get any basic your heart desires. A waste. You get a spawn and a 2/2. So their hand's not that great, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're no 7. So they can't activate Eye next turn. It's not a land, but it's not nothing. Go to you. So now they can just pass holding up Ayavuga unless they draw something else to play. I mean, good news, I at least have a swords if they have like a Sire of 7 Deaths or something. Another Battle Mage. God damn it. Yep. Well, that's bad. Still, if I can stick a Stoneforge, I don't feel terrible about my spot. But I just need to draw a land. Please, deck, a land. More Eldrazi spells. What the hell? There's a Sire. Alright. We're good to go to game 3. Got by Wasteland. Alright, well, we're on the play for game 3. We reveal the bird. This hand... Well, I mean, it kind of plays around Wasteland better than the last one did. Yeah, it's got removal. It's got outs. We'll keep it. It's not the greatest hand in the world. We'll lead on Flooded Strand this time to not get smoked by Wasteland again. They're bold to 6. They're bold to 5. They keep a 5. Let's go Flooded Strand, pass. See how their 5 looks. Ancient Tomb. Oh. Oh, I hit okay. Probably just named Flooded Strand here. There's a chance they don't, but I really should have fetched in response. Come on, don't don't do it. Don't do it. I let that resolve so quickly. Why would I ever do... Okay, it's Felia again. Whew. Oh, that was almost really bad. Just untap and draw. Oh, I drew Felia annoyingly. But we'll pass it back. We don't have Wasteland. Please, sir, no Wasteland. In good news, I can path my own creature this time to go get a land. They aren't... They played Ayavugan and are passing. Let's fetch. Get a Plains, play Containment Priest. And hope they don't have Kozilek's Command? No, don't do it. Alright, they don't have it now. Oh, never didn't have it. Play the Meadow, untapped, and then we'll just play Loran. Pop that Disruptor Flute. So we will pop that Disruptor Flute. And attack for 2. Maybe. Perhaps. If it's Kozilek's Command, it's still like I'm attacking for 2. If you think about it. Turn that Containment Priest sideways, get in for 2, see if they have anything in end step. Ew, now it's like I attack for 4. It is Kozilek's Command. Just Scry Drone and making dudes. Makes sense. I mean, if they have Sire, it's still not even that bad. Because I just get to Flicker Wisp it with Containment Priest in play, and they're taking 1,000,000 damage off of their stuff. That's Fleshraker. To Lotus Petal. Into Thought Not Seer. It's a pretty good turn. I have several answers in my hand to things, which is nice. They probably take Flicker Wisp out of anything in my hand. I don't know. It's like Flicker Wisp is like the free answer to all of this. That's their last card in hand's Kozilek's Command, which sucks to suck. They took the... they took, Felia. I mean, in the long run, that card's the best card in my hand. So if I draw a land, I get to deal with both of their threats. Like Skyclave the Fleshraker, Path the Thoughtnot. Probably gonna lead on... Yeah, I drew a land, so I think I'm still gonna lead on Flicker Wisping Thoughtnot. Because this gives me an extra card. So I'll draw. Do we have a Kozilek's Command for Containment Priest? Be kinda messed up. Looks like we do. Oh, Dismember. Yeah, you got me. I'll draw a card. Marsh Flats. Let's attack with Loran. Let's keep pushing that damage. So I do technically have the resources to... They no longer have the resources to activate Ayavugan. If I path them, they will. I think I'm just okay with that coming back and them attacking or hand attacking me. Because, yeah, either option lets me kill Thoughtnot. I mean, Path lets me do it now. Skyclave leaves a thing in play. They took the Skyclave. I'll take one. And then, yeah, just pass it over to them. You can path them in their end step. Draw another card. They drew a land. How'd they draw? Oh, wait, sorry, that was... it was doing the as it enters thing, so it still showed they had a card in their hand. So it's just, how'd they get another card in their hand? Yeah, I will in fact be pathing your Thought-Knotsu. I will draw a card. You get a land. Give me that sweet, sweet card. Ooh, that sweet, sweet dog. I just don't need to give them more cards. I'm just going to kill them with this Flicker Wisp. Oh, now I can pop Ayavugan too? Oh, baby, that was a good draw. Get that Ayavugan out of here. Then we go to combat. Send with both of these. They can either chump or trade their Fleshraker. Both options are fine by me. So they chump with a spawn. They take 3 in the air. Pass it over to them. I've got dog in my hand. They spend the entire game trying to answer the power of the dog. And yet it is all futile because I just draw the dog off the top. Was it Sire off the top? Hell yeah. Alright. I'm only saying hell yeah because I do have the answer to that in my hand, so it's not that bad. But hell yeah. They just flash and Felia, flicker it out. They take 3 in the air. They have no cards in hand. Yeah. It's a sick rip. I do have the answer to it. Then we untap. We draw. We go to combat. We attack with the Flicker Wisp and the dog. Dog target Sire. I will pay 7 life. We will exile that. We will hit them in the air for 3. Let's go. Alright, so a positive record in the end. Losing to Storm and Mystic Forge, which is to be expected. We beat up on the fair decks, we lost to the combo decks. It's often the thing that happens to Death and Taxes. I do think we got a little unlucky in the Storm match of just never drawing a hand that combined both disruption between Thoughtseize and Wasteland plus any kind of pressure. But that is another problem with Death and Taxes, is that the pressure is a bit lacking. You do have good options between Stoneforge, Felia with the Overlord, Flicker Wisp with the Overlord. Just a bunch of ways to get pressure down, but just we never found the combination of it. But in the Delver Eldrazi-esque matchups, we did just have a ton of interaction. My creatures were all 2-for-1s. I even made some mistakes along the way, which I haven't played this deck in a while. Still a bit rusty. Don't handle me too much in the comments. But hey, that was Death and Taxes, and I'll be back tomorrow for another Magic video. See you then.